Alright guys, what's going on? It's your boy Chase back with another episode of Project Over Mike. Hopefully everybody's doing good. Tonight's gonna be basically we're gonna just keep the postmortem going and finish up some stuff. Yes, we did had some technical difficulties in certain places. I apologize for that. I really do. So hey, but we are here and we're gonna continue the show. For certain places, again, if you want to catch up on any past, let me put my lovely mug on the screen. Here you go. If you want to catch up on any past shows that we've done, again, you could go and check out YouTube at projectovermike.com. As you can see down in the bottom, or of course you could do as well. Go to Rumble at Project Over Mike as well too. That also has the backlog, so you go and check that out. Again, we on locals, we on Spotify, we on iHeartRadio, we on all over the places. Whether you have Nico in Japan, of course, You Live You Now, Tempo FM, Twitch TV. Again, as usual, when you see this right here, you know you're in the right spot. So hey, just letting you know how it is. So again, yes, so again, I will try to see if I can re-upload and sub that last episode show and talk about this. And as we're gonna be talking about some stuff that again that a lot of people don't want to understand, and kind of like trying to like block their brains, and it makes no sense. Make no sense of what's going on in the world. It's kind of annoying, but hey, it is what it is. So I'm just gonna keep on pointing it out there. Now, I wanna say this as well. So we've seen that certain people already done, some celebrities already done getting together and decided to leave the country. Go. I have no problem with that. Go. Goodbye. See you. Have a great life. Enjoy yourself. You have the freedom to do that. Go right ahead. Okay. Another thing I would like to say is when Biden won in 2020, when he won in 2020, I was like, you know what? It is where it is. And I did a video on a channel. Like I said, that's why I told you about. You go back to the past show to check me, because I always bring my receipts so people understand what I'm talking about. But like I was saying before, it was when 2020 happened, Biden won the election again, and then I was like, okay, not my candidate, and I did a show, and I show saying what will happen now that Biden has won the election. Now I will do the exact same thing for President Trump. Now let me state this clearly for people again who are new, because there's a lot of people coming onto the show new or whatever. I am a libertarian. I've never been a Republican. I started out as a Democrat, but when they became a little too wackadoo, when I found out, and I do something called reading up on the history, I was like, that's not for me. My morals cannot go with that. And people will say, well, what about people say, well, what about this morals and that kind of stuff? Trump's morals and all this and blah blah blah. Let me help you out here again. As one pastor said this perfectly, and I'll repeat what he said, and I played a clip of him saying it, and he said it correctly. Okay? I'm looking for a president. I'm not looking for a pastor to be the head of this country. I'm looking for the best candidate, the best policies, whatever. Kamala Harris lost because she had barely any policies that she could back up with. And there's main reasons which we're going to talk about that now come more and more to find out while I'm in certain things. But I'm going to talk about what would a Trump electoral college looks like. Again, I didn't vote for Trump the first time because I thought, hey, why? I didn't vote for him. I was like, oh, whatever. But you know what? First term wasn't as crazy as he thought. He did some horrible things that I called out on this show. I said the stuff that he done that was bad and stupid. I wish he did not do, but hey, that's what it is. Like I said before, America is like we are in a plane. We're in a plane, and we just choose a pilot. I want the plane to keep on flying. I don't want the plane to crash. Okay, get somebody competent enough to land the plane. Yes, but I don't want the plane to crash. Okay, so unlike other people, I didn't like Joe Biden. I'm sorry, he was the worst president in my lifetime because of all the stuff that he's done. Including now that, he just tell Ukraine, go ahead and launch missiles. Oh, goody. And now after them spending almost $3 trillion this year, hey, Ukraine, go ahead. We're going to give you all the money you need right now while I got one more month to go. Oh, okay. So give you all the money we can give you right now. And now you can launch missiles over to Russia and start wars and go crazy. Again, Orange Man did not start no wars. Did he attack people? Yes, he did. Did he start any wars? No, he did not. Difference. And it's funny, too, because go to Bob Woodstein, who is basically more of a left-leaning person, but his last book, go in there and read it. It's funny. People brought up all this stuff about Trump in that book, but they didn't talk about the stuff Biden, because Biden did not like Barack Obama either. It's kind of like, it's weird how they backbite each other, because it's like, wait, I know Biden didn't like Kamala. Because again, why would he only did it because he wanted this, just to get the votes and all this stuff, because why would I put somebody, get somebody who literally said I was a racist, I'm a horrible man in the debates? One. Two, it's kind of weird. When, again, everybody talk about, like now they're talking about, Tulsi Gabbard is a Russian asset, Trump. When we literally have the tape, and I've showed this for you anytime, I ain't got a video of me because I got a different show showing tonight, where Biden said, you won't get the $1 billion if you don't take that prosecutor who's prosecuting his son Hunter. It's on tape. It's on camera. He said it out and loud. Then now you got him saying, yeah, we're going to give you all the money you can, Ukraine, while taxpayers' money in here in America, people need their money back. Again, I'm a libertarian. I want less money to go to the government. I want less money to go to the government. And people have come and tell me, he's a racist. He's blah, 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 blah. Okay. Hey, he need to go to jail. You're going to vote for a person who need to go to jail for enough now. The 34 felonies dropped. They got dropped. So that case is out the window now. A lot of cases got thrown out the window. The people voted. It's where it is. A lot of people, some blacks, a lot white, said, okay. Some people are how should I say this? Basically, some people are basically saying, like, okay, for me, it'll be like this. Oh, let me see. If I could put Trump in jail with all the other Democrats who did just as bad and just as worse as him, as people don't want to talk about it, I have a problem. Trump, go to jail. Nancy Pelosi, come here. Chuck Schumer, come here. Kamala Harris, come here. Joe Biden, come here. If I could, Maxine Waters, if I could put all those other people who done just as bad as Trump did, as y'all talk, put them all in jail. I don't care. Clean sweep. I don't care. Mitch McConnell, go there. Dick Cheney, put them in jail. All of them. I don't care. I'd rather all of them go to jail. I'd rather all of them go to jail. All right? Send them all to jail. I don't care. Because most of them are corrupted and they do horrible things, but we pick and choose what we do in certain things. And that's annoying. It's definitely annoying. Okay? So, it really does not bother me in that regard. Send them all. It doesn't. Again, don't care. But going a little further is like this. I will do a video, like I said. Well, I hope to see what Trump's thing is. I'm gonna do that video because it's fair. It's fair. I did it for Biden, so I'm gonna do it for Trump. Now I did it for Biden, and the sad thing about it is, I was right. All this stuff I said was going to happen happened, and even went to a worst case scenario of a lot more stuff, and that really sucked. That really sucked that happened that way. Again, we are $36 trillion now in debt. It's crazy, and it sucks really bad right now. Okay. Next thing I want to say this, I would have I would have a conversation with anybody out there because it doesn't bother me because I'll take the Dennis Prager route. I would have a nice conversation. You go say debate. I don't care to win or lose. I like to rather state your standards and go from there. That's the way I see it. Okay, that's the way I see it. Because women, you need to tell me this. Certain women, you need to tell me this because I don't get it. We're going to lose rights. What rights are you talking about? What rights are you got to tell me what rights you're losing. Because you ain't losing the rights. You're not. You're not losing the rights. And I've said it again. I'll say it before. I'll say it again. The Supreme Court knocked down Roe v. Wade, which was also an illegal thing. I debunked that and showed a video that of Roe lied on the stand, and also it was not by the Supreme Court. Even Ruth Bader Ginsburg said that multiple times. They could have ratified it and do it the right way, but no, y'all didn't want to do it the right way when she was alive. That's y'all problem. But it got struck down. How was Kamala Harris gonna put back in federal abortion? She couldn't. She could not. She would need a supermajority, which she would have never got. On all, she didn't need what Trump just got right now, and many more. So the Republicans could have got no point in it. That's what she would need, and she was never going to get that. To do that. So I'm sorry, but y'all was not gonna get that. So she just said that to y'all to lie to y'all because she was never gonna get that. And there are some Democrats who also are not into the whole that situation as well. Ooh, you just remind me of something. Oh, thank you. You remind me of a good video that I need to bring up as well too. Speaking about abortion. Speaking about abortion, yeah, remind me of that. Where is it? I need to bring that up because that is a good thing to talk about. Nope. There it is. Apologize if you're gonna hear a little noise because like I said, I have to set up. I mostly set up my videos before I do the show, but I just remembered this video because people just can't whatever. So I want to just so you could have that conversation because again, they were not people don't understand how things work. because she was never gonna bring the lies that they're talking about. So I have my videos. Okay, so I'm going to it now. All right. So again, yeah, for people who've been following me, they know me. The only reason I couldn't vote for Kamala Harris is because my friend's husband died, and her two kids died through real actions that Kamala Harris did not lock up as MS-13 gang member in California when she was the DA. She let the man out who were beating up elderly people, pregnant people. Again, I don't understand that. We gotta stop women. Men are bad, whatever, but you let evil men out in the world to do horrible things to other women. Does that make any sense? It does not. For some reason, it does not, but it just goes over the mark with certain things. Okay? But as my friend, as she, like I said, she never really voted that much in American politics, but because she was running, my friend and her daughter said, we don't care about nothing, but we are not. They voted against, they went for Trump, then Kamala. They're Hispanic. Imagine that a Hispanic and the daughter's half black because the person who died, her husband was a black man. So illegal MS-13 guy killed a black man and his two sons. How sickening is that? And also, oh yeah, she's from Puerto Rico, so she's a Boricua. She's from Puerto Rico too, so yeah. That whole thing about all the trash stuff, she didn't care about that either, because that's like, nah, she was not gonna vote for that woman anyway. And that's what also the same thing for me, because that happened and a nice person and kids innocently died because of that. I couldn't do that. But there's another reason. But Kamala Harris put out showed me something in the campaign that also makes me make sure that I would not vote for. Showed me that, yeah, that's why I didn't want her as well too, because she put out, her campaign ran a horrible campaign. She ran a horrible campaign. That's for sure. But not only did she run a horrible campaign, she raised way more than Donald Trump. Raised over $1 billion to run her campaign in a couple months. In what, 2 months, I think it was, 2.5 months. Spent $600 million. $600 million on staff. Trump raised let me see, I think I have the numbers here. $395 million, spent $381 million. Spend nowhere close to that. 10%. Spend almost $150 million. I'm over diagramming a little bit, but spend a little more than that on her staff. So $600 million to $150 million, and lost by a big margin. House, Senate, counties, everything. Kamala Harris lost everything. And now you got like people talking about, so yeah, that makes me sure like, oh yeah, I want that woman to run a government. Are you crazy? We already on, inflation's already bad. I don't want inflation to go any more crazy than it is. Again, Trump has these demons with what he did with his inflation. I did not like the whole Rescue America bill. I didn't want the damn the checks that he sent out to people. I didn't want. Why? Because I think that was a dumb idea. And I have people who back me up at the time. I said that this is a bad idea. We should not be giving money away for this, whatever. But then Biden came back with his own. Then, of course, the Inflation Reduction, which did what? Raised inflation. Imagine that. Imagine that. And then you got Bernie Sanders. And I like it now because people's like, oh, Bernie Sanders. People could now start. Bernie Sanders is like, and he's correct. Bernie Sanders is correct. Again, he said the Democrats have left the working class people. And that's where it is. And Bernie Sanders is correct. He is correct. But here's the thing. People are like, oh, when Hillary Clinton, oversee Bernie, Bernie would have beat Trump. You really think Bernie would have beat Trump in 2016? I don't think so. I really do not think so. Even because they in a poll showed that he was going to get a shellacking. But not only that, Bernie, I can't say you are correct, but you are basically a slithering little. You have no balls, sir. Because when you talk about how corruption and everything, and Hillary Clinton and how she was, and then she literally showed you exactly her hand. What did you do, Bernie? You bow down. You coward. And then what did you do? You support her. Hey, she made you look like a fool. You showed that she's a house of cards, and you back down. Yeah, that's why I can't go with Bernie Sanders, because he's a coward. And in 2020, he stopped bubbling up again. And what happened again? He backed down again. Sir, you're a coward. You could talk all the talk, but when it came to do the stuff, you didn't do it. You should have. You should have. I'd have had more respect if you did that. But you didn't. You backed down. And then you always talk about the millionaires and the billionaires. And when you became a millionaire, then what do you start saying? Oh, we got to stop the billionaires. Oh, yeah. The other 3 houses you bought when you became a millionaire. Yeah, okay. Yeah, don't do as I say. Do because you know what? I do what I want to do, but I'll say something different. Yeah, heretic. Yeah, okay. That's why I'm not against that. So, I'm not for none of that nonsense. But point taken. Let me now bring my receipts and let's talk about one of the other reasons I'm happy she didn't have to win, because she ran her. She don't know how to budget. She don't know how to budget. She don't know how to. She will be spending more money, as you could just see. 1.73 billion, 385 billion. I'm going with the person who spent the less money and got the better results. That's common sense. So let's bring that up right there, because what I'm bringing you ain't no Fox News. No, this is Democrats saying this stuff. So let's roll that beautiful bean footage, right? Let's roll it.
Earlier, I spoke with Lindy Lee. She's on the DNC Finance Committee. She's based here in Philadelphia. She's raised millions for Biden and for Harris. She says, look, this wasn't just a loss. This was a shellacking. The DNC is in serious chaos right now. Expect some departures. She said some staffers on the Harris campaign that she's spoken to haven't been paid. She called this whole thing a $1 billion boondoggle.
Wait a damn minute. Wait a damn.
No way these people raised over $1 billion and you have some staffers who didn't get their last paycheck.
And Lindy, I know that you're worried about staffers and people who need the money, unlike the celebrities who haven't been paid yet. So
we're talking about regular everyday people with bills to pay. They didn't get their checks, but Al Sharpton got his. Oprah got hers. Beyonce, Meg Thee Stallion, Glorilla, Lizzo, Eminem, Lady Gaga, Katy Perry, they got theirs.
They got their money.
This is crazy. You have a DNC Finance Committee member who went out and gathered millions and millions from her donors. They're now upset and said they were bamboozled. They were lied to about the real numbers. You have a lot of donors hiding behind Lindy Lee right now, and they're blaming upper-level DNC management for telling them they will win the swing states in states like Iowa based on their polling, only to find out those polls were lying. These big-time staffers knew it, and the donors are now blaming management, accusing them of knowing the information they gave them to continue squeezing money out of them was false and nowhere near the truth. We're going to get into it, but first, take a second to make sure you subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. Won't waste any time. Let's go.
And if whatever place you are too, and you have a subscribe button or follow, give me a follow, give me a like, give me. Hey, I've said it before. You can thumbs it up or thumbs it down. You don't gotta agree with me 100%. I understand that, but I am doing a show, but I am bringing you stuff that you need to learn and understand, and do some critical thinking.
Go ahead and jump into it.
And some people are just saying, oh, America's misogynistic and sexist. You know, obviously there's some of that, but we can't just blame the entire country.
And also with that, that was kill me. You're not gonna stop. You're never gonna ever. Whoever says that is misingenuous.
And label them as, you know,
you're never gonna stop racism. You're never gonna stop misogynistic or misandry, there's a lot of you women that are misandries, of course. You're not gonna stop that. It's part of tribalism. That's in our nature. That's human nature. That's what we're gonna do. So, yeah.
Racist. That's not going to get us anywhere. But the way that the campaign was run and the way that the finances were handled were just
atrocious.
It left much to be desired. And still, we're 1 week from the election. No, our top donors have not gotten any sort of briefing or an apology or any sort of explanation as to where our money went.
No apology?
I mean, no one has gotten anything. We haven't gotten any sort of follow-up other than her concession speech.
Have you heard of issues, vendors being paid, not paid, anything like that?
Yeah, I've gotten calls from former staffers who have not gotten paid, and they asked me for help.
Wow.
Including people here in Pennsylvania. And this is for work done in August. I'm not sure what happened.
Yeah,
So we're $20 million in debt. Someone has to pay that off.
As Republicans lay out their agenda for a second Trump term, Democrats are still scratching their heads over the loss. And now this, the Harris campaign is $20 million in debt, having spent about $1 billion during the 90-day campaign. DNC finance...
90 days. You raised $1.37 billion, and you spent all that plus more.
Committee member Lindy Lee calling the campaign a $1 billion disaster. And I asked her about the reckoning going on now within the party and why she's deciding to speak out.
I feel as though I'm one of the only voices speaking out. And if we do not confront the lessons of election night, it's going to happen over and over again. We're going to keep losing. If we don't recognize a rightward shift of America, we are also going to lose. We have to have a careful financial accounting of what exactly happened. How did we possibly blow through $1 billion in just 3 months? It's just astounding, not just to me, but to many of my fellow donors. I've been speaking with them on an hourly basis. People are just completely shocked and just craving answers. A lot of them are sending me messages of support, asking me to stay the course and to keep asking. And we just haven't really gotten any explanation from the campaign as to what happened. And I say this, it pains me to say this. This is very hard for me to say because these are my friends. These are my, these are people that I've worked with for a long time. But if we don't have any accountability, how could we possibly move forward in an effective way, not only to serve this party, but serve our country?
I feel your emotion, and I think it represents a lot of people in the country who woke up on Wednesday morning and who were shocked by the results, certainly given how close it seemed in the polls, Lindy. You say you were promised Harris would win and that you believed it. Now you say you think you were misled. How so?
I think I was trying to say the same thing. We were just misled. We were told decisively. And again, contributing to a campaign does not guarantee an outcome. That was not our assumption at all. But they told us 100% that we were going to win. We didn't demand this process. There was no demand of that process. They willingly gave that reassurance. And even on election night, I had someone high up whom I just found out yesterday is leaving. He told me that we were going to win Iowa. This is ruby red Iowa. And I looked at him very quizzically and I said, "Are you sure?" And he just smirked.
Sounds like she's talking about Jamie Harrison. He knew that lady wasn't going to win Iowa, but they ran with the fake information from the compromise poster in order to get headlines and make people believe that she really had a chance. Not only did they lie to their donors and staff, but they lied to the American people. Something they did over the whole 100 days, by the way.
And so, this is just an example of the hubris in the final days of the campaign. And it's just, I wonder what happened to all that money. I'm looking through the financial reports. $1 million went to Harper Productions. That's Oprah. She's saying that she didn't personally benefit, but her company did.
There you go.
And then millions went to various.
Again, people try to think this is somebody who is in a Democrat campaign. So ain't no Fox News telling you this. As all people are, oh, Fox News is lying, whatever. No. This is the campaign manager herself saying this.
It's celebrity concerts. $100,000 apparently went to build the set of Call Her Daddy,
which was a waste of money.
I contributed and I fundraised for this campaign because I believed in Vice President Harris's vision of America. And by the way, I just want to say that I'm not blaming her at all. I think she's phenomenal. I truly do. And she's worked tirelessly. I'm talking about the way that her campaign was handled.
And although Oprah says she wasn't paid a cent by Harris, the campaign did pay her company $1 million to produce Oprah's star-studded town hall. Well, isn't that paying? And the Harris team reportedly spent 6 figures to build that set I told you about on that Call Her Daddy podcast, which I got her hundreds of thousands of views, but I mean, I don't know that it was cost effective.
It was not cost effective because Trump went to other places and got millions and millions of views, hundreds of thousands, millions of views. And then he didn't have to build no set for nobody. Again, government at its finest.
And then you got Eminem. Then you got Beyonce. So let's talk to somebody who lived it, okay? And is speaking out now with her own concerns. Lindy Lee, what are you doing talking about what happened in the campaign and absolutely putting a target on your head, let alone your back? Yeah, why would you do this?
If we don't confront reality, if we don't address these very serious issues, we're going to keep losing. And I really like what you've said, earlier in the segment. If we don't recognize that America is shifting rightward, we are going to keep losing. If we don't have...
America is not shifting rightward. No, it's not. Let me explain it quickly for some people. America is not shifting rightward. They're not. What happening is this. We have right and we have left. All right? That's what we had. And most people are close between that. The problem is, though, the left, the right wing, as they were called out, the Nazis and all the other stuff, whatever, they're like, open that way. But the left is like, so that basically means you're still here in the middle, while the left is just adding all kind of crazy crap and crap to crap. That's what the problem is. The country ain't going rightward. The country is going back to normalcy. Y'all just went straight up cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, crazy the other way. Because again, none of the stuff makes sense. Logical, simple sense. I am for women. We need to help women. Okay? But we're going to let a man say he's a woman and go inside. Again, this is a fact. Whoever, I know on Facebook and YouTube, it's a fact. But we're going to let a male go to a female restroom and do horrible things in there. Women needs help. Women are smarter than men, blah, blah, blah. But we're going to let a man get into these sports, like in the volleyball, where that dude spiked that ball so hard in that girl's face, broke her nose, and gave her concussion. Or in the Olympics, where they beat up those 2 dudes, which of course they're not gonna strike the ball away from the guy because he's failed multiple tests and he lied and it was a hit. It was a him, not a woman. Oh, go figure that. Protect women. But we're gonna let these guys go into these sports and and beat them up, hurt them, physically beat them, do all kind of other stuff, go into women's private spaces.
What? What the fuck?
That makes no sense to me. You want to be a woman, man, be a woman? Go right ahead. Your life, live it, pay with your own money, do the transition. You're a woman who want to be a man? Go ahead, do your life, go ahead and make the transition. What your decision is to do that to your own body, I don't care. I don't. After you're 18 years old, do what the hell you want to do with your own body. Okay? Before that, if we can't let you drink and we can't let you smoke, why the heck are we letting you change your hormone? I'll give you doing an operation that's going to affect you for the rest of your life. All right? You'll go to Blair White. She might, I say he turned to a woman. She can never have children. She knows that. She is getting married to a dude. I wish her the best of luck. She does look like a female. If you walk down the street and I see Blair White, I'm like, well, yeah, she looks like a woman. So I would not think anything else differently about that. That's all good. But she knows she got to still keep taking hormones. She needs to take certain surgeries for the rest of her life. She knows that. And she did that with her own stuff. So I have no problem with that. But again, it's weird. Rights for this, but we don't do that. I don't get that. I don't get that. And oh yes, and again, like I said, going back to the abortion thing. That's I'll answer that. I'll do that when the video comes up. I'll do that when the video comes up. That needs to be addressed as well too. But back to Miss Lee.
Have a financial accountability and some sort of very serious accounting of how exactly we spent $1 billion in 2 to 3 months. How are donors and even everyday Americans who gave their $10 and $25 ever going to trust the Democratic Party again?
$1 billion in 3 months. And we already know the Biden administration spent $1 trillion in 3 months. Wow, y'all could waste some money.
We need a serious postmortem to show that we're learning the lessons, that we are exposing everything that went wrong, and that we are going to do better in the future. We can't just throw everything under the rug and assume that daddy's going to fill the piggy bank again.
Thank you. And she's 100% correct. That's what the problem is.
What do you think of these allegations of what Oprah, I mean, either they paid the production company or they didn't. I've never heard of people getting paid for endorsements. Paid to perform, maybe, but usually they give it. But do you believe it?
It's not a matter of believing, it's literally in the report. And she can deny it however much she wants to, but it says Harper Productions on the FEC report. I really don't know how you get around that. It's her company, and she may not have gotten paid personally as a person, but it paid her company. So I think this is a matter of semantics. She got
exactly.
Paid. And it's just, if my donors had known beforehand that the money would be dispersed this way, I do not think they would have given. You know, it's a sacred trust. These people, a lot of my donors have worked hard all their lives. And again, these are everyday Americans around the country. I didn't just deal with big donors. I also fundraised from grassroots donors who gave $25, as I mentioned. I did something called Geeks and Nerds for Harris. People are giving like $10 to $15. These are people, you know, some people are living paycheck to paycheck. So it's a sacred trust for them to give money to a campaign.
Sorry, when I'm looking at this, I already watched this video, so I know what's going on. When I see the celebrities, it's like, hey, can you get any more cringe than that? I wish I had my clip. I need to put my clip back in there. Another clip in there, but oh no.
It is our utmost responsibility to use that money in a responsible manner and to not treat it as OPM, which is other people's money. If we can't handle campaign money the right way, how can taxpayers, how can Americans possibly trust us that we would handle taxpayer money the right way?
Did you think you were going to lose?
This is a very hard question. Very hard. So we were told 100% that we were going to win up until I think 9 to 10 p.m. on election night, which is stunning. I had a DNC official telling me on the night of that we were going to win Ruby Red, Iowa. And I was just looking, I just was wondering if he thought I was stupid. He said it in earnest. I also found out that the guy's being pushed out, the same guy who said that to me. Actually, I think the entire DNC leadership is going to change in the next couple of months. There's going to be hell to pay. This is not a 2016 loss. This is a shellacking. This is not a squeaker race. This is a resounding defeat. It pains me to say that. As you said, I put a target on my back. Actually, you'd be surprised that I have dozens of donors blowing up my phone telling me to stay the course. They may not have the guts to say it or the platform, but they want me to keep going because it's their money too.
All right, so Lindsay Lee, she spilled a lot. That's a DNC Finance Committee member. She said some people who worked on the campaign didn't get their last check. Lee also said vendors are contacting her about payments they haven't received, dating back as far as August. But don't worry, they paid all the rich celebrities, but they still have
Which
some
they need, like,
staffers
they
and
needed money.
vendors waiting on their money. Lindy Lee said Oprah is telling a lie about not getting any money. She's playing word games. The check was addressed to Oprah's company. So Oprah running the TMZ and the Shade Room to have a bunch of baby bot bimbo babblers defending her, saying their auntie Oprah is so rich, she didn't need $1 million. She wouldn't take $1 million. Well, she took the $1 million. For all those people defending this billionaire, go ask her why her company needed $1 million to put together a live stream. Listen, Oprah is a big liar, and none of these fake, phony celebrities can be trusted, obviously. Yeah, you still have a lot of people under their spell. They're being given a bottle and rocked to sleep every day by the old dead media and even the bought and paid for sources like TMZ and the Shade Room. But as a whole, you have a lot of people waking up. This is why a platform like the Shade Room with 30 million people following it still couldn't influence an election. But yeah, these folks are in serious debt now after spending millions and millions on these pep rallies with these useless celebrities. Let me ask you, should these celebrities give back some of their money to help cover the debt? Go ahead and check out my next video on the screen about how folks like Meg Thee Stallion got $5 million to pop her thought pocket on stage at a campaign rally. Yeah, $5 million. Go ahead and click the link on the screen right now to see that video.
We don't need to, but yeah, I don't think so. They finessed it. If you're stupid enough to give people money, nah. It's the other people that needs to understand. That was a dumb thing to do. That was a dumb thing to do. But hey, that's how the situation goes. And it's bad. Again, that's one of the reasons I pull myself back on that. Now I have a video that I'll put up you see next week from Ricky Smiley talking about all and then not even Ricky Smiley, a lot of, again, according to Joe Biden, I'm not black because I didn't vote for him in 2020. You know, he said if you don't vote for him, you ain't black. Well, I didn't vote for you, Joe, so I must be black. But I really want to ask a question for some of these people. I'm like, why? Who are y'all listening to? Saying, oh, he's gonna be a dictator. He's gonna take. This is the last election we'll have. Ricky, shut up. Shut up, Ricky. Go back and put on your dress and be Grandma Mabel or whatever it is. You're an idiot. The problem, see, y'all have kind of that if we didn't have him in office the first time, but we had him in office. So, and also he's 78 years old. He will die. So hell, somebody will have to take over. Jeez Louise. It's getting crazy. But you know what? I am happy a lot of people are getting wise to this. So I'm gonna let some, like I said, I want to shout out to the 7% black women, the strong black women, the 7%. Y'all are God sent. Bless y'all. Good for that. Cause let me, everybody's hearing the other half of the black women. Let's hear just, the minority, but a stronger part of them, the minority who got the power to speak up and say something.
I think we know where all of that money went. It was a lot of celebrities that came out and showed out for her for some money. They was getting paid. So apparently a lot of vendors haven't been paid just yet because they ain't got no money.
And that's why I wanted to play the video up front first, the one you just saw, because I want people to see this is a DNC person saying that. Now we're going to say the regular people, so they're going to be like, oh, these people are lying. Nope. The DNC chair finance committee person, she said that. So there's no lie.
While there's a civil war that is erupting in the Democratic Party right now, they've been blaming one another for the loss of Kamala Harris. They've been blaming Biden, Pelosi. Obama pretty much is, got on a jet. Nobody knows where he's at. Hasn't said anything. These people still want their money to get paid. So instead, Trump tweets out how we ended our campaign with plenty of money, so we'll foot the bill of Kamala Harris' campaign.
He's trolling.
But y'all say he's a racist. So instead of y'all wasting all of y'all energy over here and doing all this crazy stuff. Why don't y'all step in for the little guy, since y'all say that this is, you know, the party of the working class people and the party of the little guy? That's what y'all say the Democrats are. And ask these celebrities that she has given all this money to perform for y'all or do a 4-minute speech for y'all, give the money back to the campaign so that they can pay the little guy.
Exactly.
Ever since Kamala was a little girl, she had her sight.
Exactly.
Why don't you do that? Go troll the celebrities.
So Kamala Harris's campaign is now $20 million in debt, even though she raised $1 billion. This is a person who completely outperformed her opponent month over month in terms of what she raised. Forbes even said that she outperformed him by 5-1 when it came to last-minute donors. But her campaign, even though they raised $1 billion, her campaign is now $20 million in debt.
That's right, Kamala outperformed Trump and Biden in fundraising. It was definitely a lot of bragging going on about how much money she raised and how fast she did it. But let me tell you how it happened. The billionaires picked Kamala as a candidate, not we the people. Yeah, it was the billionaires who installed Kamala like a toilet with no votes, no primary. They wanted Biden out, so they pushed George Clooney out there as the face, then used a bunch of politicians from California to second the motion, while they withheld their money from Biden and vowed not to give him any money. Pelosi, by the way, was behind this, but it's really the billionaires who made the decision. They had the money ready to go, they just didn't want to give it to Biden. So as soon as they successfully threw Biden out, they came in and deposited all the money into the Democrat bank, Kamala's campaign to be exact. So all the 8, 9, 10-figure investments came from those billionaires, and they're the ones who came up with most of the money. And let me tell you what's so diabolical about this. This lady talks about how she was going to help Americans buy homes. Meanwhile, she had the whole BlackRock in her pocket. Yeah, she had BlackRock executives advising her.
And let's not remember, BlackRock, remember, the leader of BlackRock says, you shall never get a house. We're going to buy up all the houses and we're going to rent it back to you. So when she said, oh, we're going to build up all these houses to give people, no, she wasn't. And if even BlackRock wasn't in her pocket, no, she wasn't.
We're talking about the same corporation and the people in that corporation behind purchasing thousands of homes in the Atlanta metro. About 20,000 homes in the metro controlled by these folks associated with BlackRock. But yeah, all the BlackRock guys, they backed Kamala. And that's also not a good look when these folks are suffocating everyday Americans out of homeownership. These are the folks she had advising her. And no, the Shade Room didn't report that. Roland Martin didn't report that. The Breakfast Club didn't even report it. And none of mainstream media. And side note, she paid so much money to the Shade Room. I wonder if they're going to give her the money back.
Nope.
She relied so heavily on multimillionaires and billionaires like Oprah Winfrey to come out and support her and endorse her that she didn't roll out policies sufficient enough for the American people. I cannot believe how disconnected with reality her campaign is and how delusional the Democratic Party is to think that people are going to ignore everything that they are experiencing, the high grocery bills, the high gas prices, all of those things they are experiencing. And because a billionaire like Oprah Winfrey or an actress like Julia Roberts tells you to vote for Kamala Harris, you're going to vote for Kamala Harris. I actually saw so many liberals getting super excited every time Kamala had a new celebrity endorsement. But we all know for a fact that these celebrity endorsements are not free. The only reason these celebrities like Magic Johnson, Oprah Winfrey, Beyonce, the only reason these celebrities took time out of their day to attend a rally and encourage us, the American people, to vote for Kamala Harris is because they have been paid, and it looks like they have been paid millions upon millions of dollars to do so. That's the only reason they did it. I don't even believe that some of the celebrities who endorse Kamala Harris are voting for Kamala Harris. Some of them are probably secret Trump supporters. They just get on stage and say they're voting for Kamala Harris just so they can collect a check. I don't know about anybody else, but I have never had a celebrity show up and pay my bills month after month. So I'm not going to take advice from a celebrity on who I should vote for. And it also makes me wonder about Kamala Harris's so-called middle-class background. Come from the middle class, and your mother had to save up to buy a house, all this stuff, and you can't manage $1 billion budget? Who voted for Kamala Harris, you should take comfort in knowing that this person will not be running the United States of America. Because in my opinion, to blow through $1 billion budget and have a $20 million deficit is only due to gross incompetence. And before anybody asks about Donald Trump's campaign, I can pretty much guarantee you this. If his campaign had a $20 million deficit, people would be talking about it.
Yep, that is true. She is so correct. She's so correct.
I don't know if y'all heard, but Kamala Harris is $20 million in debt. She raised $1 billion in her campaign, yet she still finds herself with $20 million in debt. Donald Trump is offering to help pay down that debt because his campaign had money left over. That's what he is intending to do. Now, I do have a few other options that might be helpful for Kamala during this difficult time. Option one, we can send her $750. Option two, we can collect all the money possible to help and then send it to Ukraine. And my last option would just be, hear her out, see what she has to say about how this could have possibly happened, the mismanage of all this money, and then just tell her how we grew up in a middle-class family and we really liked the lawns of all of our neighbors. That might be helpful. And an honorable mention, could just possibly ask Oprah Winfrey or Taylor Swift to pay for it. What do you guys think she might prefer?
Not bad, girlie. Not bad. Exactly. Give her a taste of her own medicine. Give her a taste of her own medicine. You're correct about that. You're correct about that. So, let me see what I'll go with this. I want to go one more. Oh, okay. Since I got on the screen, I talk about the abortion thing again. That's crazy to me. Now, ladies, I gotta understand this question here. You have a unique spot in the month where you get pregnant, as well as you go to your period and everything else like that. Oopsies is oopsies. I get that. You maybe got caught up in the heat and whatever, and things happen. Again, guys, wrap it up. Ladies, tell the men to wrap it up. That's the best way I can tell you. Jeez Louise. But again, you were never gonna get your abortion rights back. Now, people said, "Oh, well, remember I played a clip from, past governor in Virginia. He's like, we're going to let the baby get reborn. Let's resuscitate the baby. Excuse me. And the funny part about that is they were like, oh, well, y'all Republicans, which I'm not, but y'all people take it the wrong way. No, you're right. We did take it the right way. Wrong way. He's like, he was not talking about just let a baby get born or whatever. He was talking about a mentally kid or a disformed kid or whatever. Okay. And I'm gonna look to that person who said that because this is funny to me. And that make it better? So you're gonna take a kid that might be disabled, that was born disabled, whatever, and then you're gonna resuscitate it, then kill it?
What the fuck?
You are crazy. But in that video he was saying, oh, y'all Republicans take it wrong because they don't do that. Oh, they don't, right? Again, Uncle Tig has his receipts right here. Let's listen to this. Listen to this carefully, shall we?
Are not late-stage abortions.
Yes, actually there are. Here, I'm so glad you asked. I'm going to call an abortionist for you, ma'am.
Call an abortionist? What does that mean?
William Hearn, Boulder Abortion Clinic.
Thank you for calling.
He might still be open.
Dr. Hearn's answering service. How may I help you?
Hi, yeah, I just figured out I was pregnant today, and I'm like really far along. Like I'm like 30 weeks. Can I schedule an abortion with you all?
Let me see if I can help with this. One moment here. I mean, right now you're calling the answering service, so I can't actually schedule that appointment. What I can do is route this, like put in the request and just have the office call you back.
You got me.
Sure, that's fine. On the website here, the website says third trimester abortion, so I guess that would be, yep. Mm-hmm.
Accurate, yeah.
It is accurate. Okay, thank you so much. accurate. It's on the website.
If I'm in this grass.
30 weeks, third trimester, you have an abortion. She just proved it. And that's what y'all want. That's the crazy part. First trimester, they have been tested over and over again. First trimester, everybody's like, okay, we go first trimester. After that, they're like, no, y'all crazy. Y'all wait until 30 weeks, third trimester, that child is a child by that time. And again, majority of people who has abortion is because of, they do it as basically as a form of birth protection, of birth control. They don't do it because they have a medical problem. If they have a medical problem, I have no problem with that. If you got raped by somebody, I have no problem with that. That's a tough decision, but that's your decision to make. And I agree. That's a woman's decision to make, or the husband, or if they had a husband or whatever with them to make that decision. But majority of that happening in this country is not that. So miss me with the nonsense. Literally miss me with the nonsense. All right. I mean, I could go further into some stuff because there's some good stuff in this video right here, but I'm gonna just go into another next conversation. So, in Chicago, here's another one now, another receipt that I'm gonna bring up. Oh man, Tig's bringing the receipts tonight. So, last time they're like, oh, we didn't do nothing. I showed you videos of people out there putting mail-in ballots down the taking people's mail-in ballots and throw them down the drain. In Washington State, they were burning down ballots, which I still don't understand the hell of that. Why are you putting just regular ballots outside where people could rob? They were burning them. They were burning them, taking the ballot boxes, rip them off, and get rid of ballots and stuff like that. Okay, let me help you out here. This is a woman. Listen to this woman right here. She's a Democrat. This in Pennsylvania, there's a tight race, a literal tight race going on in Pennsylvania, right, for the House. No, for the Senate. Sorry, for the Senate. This is how brazen these people are, and that's why I always say, I'll say once again, no disrespect to any person who's white and Democrat. I could still talk to you and have a conversation with you. White leftist women, sorry, y'all the most racist people I've ever met in my lifetime.
Precedent by a court doesn't matter anymore in this country, and people violate laws anytime they want. So for me, if I violate this law, it's because I want a court to pay attention to it. And there is nothing more important than counting votes.
The blatant flouting of the law sparking outrage.
Democrats in Pennsylvania said they're going to count illegal ballots so their guy can win, and they don't care what the court says, and challenges the court to do something about it. Okay, to understand what's going on, we have to look at Pennsylvania Statutes Title 25. This is Section 3146.6, voting by absentee electors. This requires that if someone is voting by mail, that the electors shall then fill out, date, and sign the declaration printed on the envelope. Now, if the person doesn't sign and date the envelope, then that vote will not be counted. Now, this was important because...
That's quite simple, but we have too much stupid people around the world. And that's why I just vote in person. I ain't gonna do all these hoops, jumps, whatever. Nah, I go in, cast my ballot, walk out. Done with it. That I've been doing for years.
Because mail-in ballots started coming in, and they had signatures, but they either had the wrong date or they had no date at all. Now, under current state law, as you just saw, these ballots were invalid and couldn't be counted.
Yes.
These essentially were illegal votes. Now, Democratic officials wanted to count these ballots because they said that the voters shouldn't be penalized for a clerical error.
In May, several nonpartisan groups led by the Black Political Empowerment Project sued election boards in Allegheny and Philadelphia counties, as well as Secretary of State Al Schmidt. The suit argued that disqualifying ballots violates protections under the Pennsylvania Constitution.
Now, the lower court ruled that the ballots could be counted even if they were lacking a handwritten date as required by law. Then the state Supreme Court of Pennsylvania vacated the lower court's ruling, putting back in place the law as it was before.
This new ruling from the state's high court basically means undated or misstated ballots sent into election offices will not count for now. So in a 4-3 ruling, the Supreme Court pushed back on a recent Commonwealth Court's decision requiring the state to count ballots with missing or incorrect dates on the outer envelopes. The reason? Well, essentially, the previous ruling lacked the necessary jurisdiction because the plaintiffs did not name all 67 counties in the Commonwealth as defendants in the original lawsuit.
So as you just heard, the case was dismissed on procedural grounds because not all of the counties were named in the lawsuit. So what did the plaintiffs do? Well, they refiled and named all the counties. This forced the Supreme Court to make a decision on the merits of the case, and they did.
Pennsylvania Supreme Court is declining to rule on a pair of cases related to mail-in ballots in the Commonwealth. The decisions were published Saturday. One case challenged dating requirements on the return envelopes. The other was over ballot curing policies, when voters are notified about errors on their ballots and are allowed to fix the mistakes before the polls close. The court said it was too close to the general election date to risk confusing voters by changing any rules.
If you forget to put your ballot in the secrecy envelope, or you forget to sign the declaration envelope, or you forget to put the date on the declaration envelope, your ballot will not count.
Now, just to be thorough, here is the ruling from the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania. It's about a 2-page ruling, and it says, and now this 5th day of October 2024, petitioner's application for the exercise of King's Bench or extraordinary jurisdiction is hereby denied. The court will neither impose or countenance substantial alterations to existing laws and procedures during the pendency of an ongoing election. Then they said an earlier case and, quote, call it what you will, latches, the parcel, principle, or common sense. The idea is that courts...
Common sense. Ooh. That's a weird notion.
Will not disrupt imminent elections absent a powerful reasons for doing so. So the court's not changing the rules at the last minute, so if you don't date your envelope, the vote will not count. Then we had an election. Bob Casey, who's running on the Democratic ticket, got 48.51% of the vote, while Dave McCormick, running as a Republican, got 48.91% of the vote. Now, since the vote tally that separated the two men was 0.5%, this triggered an automatic state recount.
Now, from Harrisburg, the Pennsylvania Secretary of State announced that there will be an automatic recount in the Pennsylvania Senate race. Just 28,000 votes separate Republican Dave McCormick and incumbent Democrat Bob Casey. That margin is within 0.5%, which has triggered the automatic recount. That recount must be completed by November 26th.
So at this point, you would think the situation is settled. After the recount, we'll have a new senator. But Democrats in the most populated Democratic counties decided to ignore the law, ignore the court order, and count those votes anyway. Check it out.
Weeks before the election, the state Supreme Court ruled mail-in ballots with a missing or incorrect date could not be counted. Election officials in at least 4 counties, Bucks, Philadelphia Center, and Montgomery, openly defying that ruling. In Bucks County, the
Am I surprised by that? Not really, I'm not.
Democrat-led Election Commission Board voted to count 405 ballots with date errors.
Precedent by a court doesn't matter anymore in this country, and people violate laws anytime they want. So for me, if I violate this law, it's because I want a court to pay attention to it. And there is nothing more important than counting votes.
The blatant...
I got a question for like that guy who's looking down at her and stuff for them. Like, what are men coming lately now? Like, really, are y'all weaklings? Like, yo, that's not right. And again, if the Republicans do it, I'll be saying the exact same thing. Hell, you're not gonna be a bigger story because they're gonna be like, oh, look what the Republicans are doing. It's not right to do it. That's the law. The Supreme Court says not the law. Not the Supreme Court of the land, the Supreme Court of Philadelphia said that's not the law, and y'all don't want, and y'all still flaunt it.
Flouting of the law sparking outrage.
So just so we understand what's going on here, we have an elected Democrat in charge of elections saying that they don't give a damn what the court says, they don't give a damn what the law says, they're going to do their own thing, and essentially told the court, do something about it. So the state Supreme Court, being challenged by all these Democratic counties to do something, did. This is an order on November 18th, 2024 from the Pennsylvania Supreme Court, and they speak to the woman in Bucks County directly. They direct that all respondents, including the Board of Elections in Bucks County, Montgomery County, and Philadelphia County, shall comply with the prior rulings of this court, which we have clarified that mail-in and absentee ballots that fail to comply with the requirements of the Pennsylvania Election Code, which we saw earlier, shall not be counted. And now it would be illegal to count those votes.
Pennsylvania State Supreme Court has ordered counties not to count disputed ballots in the U.S. Senate race. The order includes mail-in ballots without the correct handwritten date on the return envelope. This comes as the campaigns for Republican Dave McCormick and Democrat Bob Casey get ready for a statewide recount. The Associated Press called the race for McCormick last week, though Casey, who is behind by more than 17,000 votes, has yet to concede. Bucks County Board of Elections Chair Bob Harvey issued a statement saying that the board will comply with the court's orders, and this was the clarity that they were seeking from the court. He also slammed claims that the board tried to influence the outcome of the election through its ballot counting procedures, adding that the roughly 600 total challenge ballots.
I just noticed that. So Pennsylvania got the same thing too. They have a ballot box outside that people can rob, steal, or throw fire into it. What in the world? I'm seriously. It should be November 5th should be a holiday. Number one, should be a holiday. So people who want to take the holiday off and do vote, they go ahead. Those who don't want to do, they go on in and get extra pay or whatever. Two, it should be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. That week right there is all it should be to vote. No early than that. Unless you are elderly or you are a serviceman or disabled, you get absentee ballot. Other than that, if you don't want to vote between those couple months, those 5 days, you shouldn't vote at all. Jeez.
At issue here could not have swayed the election results.
So what do you think the Democrats are going to do? It seems like their guy just lost the election, and them trying to count, quote, illegal votes isn't going to cut it. And the state Supreme Court has now essentially made counting those votes illegal. So obviously there's a lot of political outrage because this is now the Democrats essentially doing what they were claiming Trump was doing 4 years ago.
Exactly.
So here is some of the most liberal newspapers in the country, like the Washington Post. Listen to what they say about it.
The liberal Washington Post editorial board saying Democrats are thumbing their nose at the rule of law, calling it, quote, corrosive to democracy.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What is that?
Wait. It's corrosive to democracy to count ballots that's illegal. When all you had to do was make sure you write your name on, sign it, put a date on it, and that's about it. And then the court says it's illegal, and y'all flaunting against it. You cannot make this S up. You really cannot make this S up. Wow. Y'all are crazy.
Conservative commentator Jonathan Turley writing in an op-ed that Democrats are dropping any pretense of protecting democracy over partisanship.
Essentially, this is election denialism of the kind that Democrats have been attacking Donald Trump for doing in the past.
So what should happen to these Democrat elected officials who are openly, now with no pretense, saying we're not following the law. We don't give a damn about the precedent, and we're going to do what we're going to do. Stop us. Should they be charged? Remember, Trump was charged for doing this in Georgia and on the federal level. Should there be charges brought against you? Is this election interference? Trying to count?
It is. It should be. But again, what can we say about that? That's how funny that is. So, let me see what else I want to... Oh, yeah. I'm trying to go through this as quickly as I can. But I want to show the shellacking. I want to show the shellacking. I'm going to keep on going with Nate right here. So again, even in left-wing California, blue state California, basically, when I showed the picture of it, they went literally almost red. Like, again, majority of the counties in America went red, which is crazy. So the people did speak. They literally did speak. London Breed. Hasta la vista, baby. You out of here.
I am
Oh, good grief.
I am angry. I am hurt. I am frustrated. I am sick and tired of being sick and tired.
And you're also an idiot, but I digress.
A few moments later.
San Francisco elects a new mayor. Incumbent Mayor London Breed has been ousted by Levi Strauss heir Daniel Lurie. Mayor-elect Lurie won 56% of the vote, while Breed trailed with nearly 44%.
The most progressive mayor in the most progressive.
And again, it was a Democrat that won anyway, okay? So this is not, it ain't with the Republicans. San Francisco ain't that, they're not that smart. So they treated Democrat for Democrat because, again, they can't run, it's a blue state to the utmost.
City has been fired because crime was a problem.
Who saw that coming?
Welcome to San Francisco, the most progressive and liberal city in America.
Yep. San Francisco used to be known as one of America's most beautiful cities, while one of the world's wealthiest metros.
Yep, that's true. I've been to San Francisco once. And it was, back then, it was a nice place to be and whatever. To the hell would I want to go there now?
San Francisco is also one of the most liberal. In recent years, the city has served as a test bed for many progressive policies that then show up in other parts of the country. These range from offering sanctuary to illegal immigrants, cash payments, and even free marijuana to the city's homeless, decriminalizing property crime, and defunding the police. The city's depolice.
And let's not forget giving needles and drugs and heroin to the drug addicts. Oh wow, that's where my tax money are going. And also, when the bums pooped on the street, can't make this stuff up. When they poop on the street, you have to spend money for people to come and wash off the poop. Because in San Francisco, you have now the Black Plague has been has come back into thing.
No, son of a bitch!
Initiative aimed to strip cops of their power to enforce the law.
Now, Mayor London Breed is what's known as a radical left Democrat. How radical? Well, London took a $120 million from the police department to give it to black people for reparations. I'm not making this up.
Yeah, and that did not work out right because the people didn't get the money. Again, this whole reparation thing that y'all keep on asking for ain't gonna happen. Including when we're already $36 trillion in debt, but I digress.
Yeah, London Breed wants to take $120 million away from the city's law enforcement budget as a form of reparations toward the black community. She said the city has had decades worth of policies, which has basically prevented them from being able to prosper. So here is a look at some of the numbers. The police department's budget would shrink by $40 million in each of the next 2 years under Breed's plan. That is 6% of its budget, and $20 million would be taken from the sheriff's department. Preliminarily, the police chief says most of the money would come from not filling open positions. Vehicle purchases may also be put on hold.
For those who truly believe that Black lives matter, it's important that we listen to Black voices.
Okay, and when I'm a black voice, I'm going to tell you this right here. Don't rob. Don't steal. If a cop pulls you over, don't do nothing stupid. Don't shout. Don't angry. I haven't pulled over by cops before, white cops. I got pulled over by a cop on my wedding day. Why? Because I was speeding, and because I was nice and courteous to the cop. What you know? He let me go. I didn't lie to him. I said I was going to my wedding, and I am the groom. And he's like, oh, he let me go. 1, 2. Before that, I also got pulled over by another cop. That cop was lying. And I fought that case and won that case because I was like, I did not go that speed limit. You crazy. Again. White cop again. I fought him in the court system. I didn't fight him in the streets because I'd be stupid. But I didn't do that. I won that court case. So I don't have no speeding tickets or nothing on my record. On my record now because I did it the right way. Alright? Don't go to stores stealing. Don't sell drugs. Don't rob people. Don't hurt people. Don't shoot people. If you're a black person, you don't do that stuff, you have a 99% chance of, maybe, I don't know, not seeing the cops. Again, 99% chance. 1% chance cops still will harass you and do stuff like that. I've been harassed by cops. I've been pulled over, and I had my architect, case with my drawings in the back of my car, and a cop made, I don't know if he made a joke or I was joking. He's like, open up the car. He's like, well, I was like, is that a bazooka in the back of your car? This was right after September 11th. I said, yeah. Yes, sir. I'm walking with a bazooka in the back of my car. Well, we got to open up your car and see what it is. No, you're not opening my car and see what it is. No, bring me a warrant to search my car, and I will gladly let you go in there and look at it. If I ain't see a warrant, I ain't going to get in my car. Well, I said, sir, I ain't got no place to go. I put my hand like, I ain't got no place to go. You could take the keys. You can take the keys and wait until they come. Give me the warrant, and we'll see first. At that time, the reason is because the key to open up the door and stuff like that, it was the old school key. You had a key, and I didn't have one in the back. So it's like, yeah, go ahead and do that. I'll get the key and everything, sir. You can go ahead and whatever. I'm not going nowhere. So it's all right. I put the key in the seat. I said, and I was like, go right ahead and do that. You didn't do it. He's like, go ahead on. Exactly. So stop doing stupid stuff as a black person. And maybe you won't be doing, you might live like me or better than me. God forbid.
It's important that we allow black people to lead this movement.
So as you see, police department defunded, they're giving out reparations in San Francisco, and then crime exploded.
One was a difficult year for the city when it came to crime. Mayor Breed and the chief of police held a news conference today to share last year's crime stats. So last year, San Francisco had 56 homicides. That's the highest it's been since 2017. In terms of crimes related to gun violence, there were 222 victims last year, the highest since 2016, and there were over 2,200 robberies reported, which is slightly less than 2020. However, the mayor and chief pointed out that not all robberies are reported.
This is just more icing on the cake, telling us that rampant crime has become a regular part of life.
This is CNN, and it happened right in front of them while they were doing this show. And this is what take away Walgreens and the Targets and all the other stores because you keep on robbing them. Hey, Niggly Bear, stop doing that.
So typical that in the 30 minutes we were at this Walgreens,
check this out. Check this out.
We watched 3 people, including this man, steal.
Did that guy pay? Did that guy pay? He didn't pay.
Walgreens says this Richmond neighborhood store with aisles of products like mustard,
behind
plexiglass, has the highest theft rate of all their nearly 9.
I've been to Walgreens just recently. No glass behind, none of that's behind glass.
1,000 U.S. stores hit more than a dozen times a day. When thieves turned to cleaning out ice cream and frozen burritos, workers grew so frustrated they resorted to the chains. They were ordered down by corporate because of the negative messaging.
Retail theft is rampant in San Francisco. We walked into a store and easily spotted and recorded shoplifters in action. Now some retailers are going to new lengths to protect their products.
It's happened again. 4 women run off.
You just saw a white man walked out the door, whatever. And look at this. Now you see 4 ninjas. 4 Niggly Bears went off from Lululemons and stuff like that. Oh, great job. But we want the reparations by doing this dumb stuff.
After stealing from a CVS pharmacy at Van Ness and Jackson in San Francisco, this time just before 6 Monday night. It's the latest grab-and-go crime in San Francisco that's forced many drugstores in the city to close. The man who took this video tells me he feels sorry for the workers who have lost their jobs or have had their hours reduced because of what he called out-of-control shoplifting.
Lost their jobs and their hours got reduced. But we helping.
Organized retail theft has become such a hot-button issue that it's now a point of focus in the upcoming gubernatorial recall election.
Now, because crime was going out of control, stores and businesses that were in San Francisco were like, hold on, we're not going to stay here for this ridiculous stuff.
Exactly.
So they started leaving.
Starbucks is joining a long list of large businesses to shutter stores in San Francisco. Here's a look now at the cafes set to close. The locations primarily concentrated in the financial district, as well as one located in Nob Hill.
San Francisco's once bustling downtown streets still struggling to bounce back as retailers continue to flee.
The exodus continues.
A lot of retailers have been pulling out of the city.
In the past few weeks.
And shout out to friend of the show at AA. You're correct. Yes, Nintendo will be stupid enough to go build a store when the other stores are leaving. That's a dumb thing to do.
Weeks, Westfield announced it's giving up its prominent downtown mall location, while AT&T revealed it is closing its flagship store in the city. The hemorrhaging of businesses, a concerning post-pandemic trend for the city by the Bay. According to an analysis by the San Francisco Standard, nearly half of the non-service retailers in the city's Union Square district have closed since 2019. Major stores like Crate & Barrel, Anthropologie, and H&M, just a few of the almost 100 shuttered in the last few years, while only 12 stores have opened in that time, according to the Standard. The loss of business just the city as it grapples with the issues of employers abandoning the city, homelessness, and drugs.
The countdown is on in less than a month. These 3 Target stores in the Bay Area will all be shut down. And the reason? It's something we're seeing far too often. Good evening, I'm Karina Nova.
And I'm Dan Ashley. Thanks for joining us. San Francisco, Oakland, and Pittsburgh will all lose a Target store, and they'll lose them before Halloween. These are the 3 local stores Target announced today will be closing.
They are part of 9 store closures across the country affecting.
Look at that. Take a look at that and see. 2 stores in Seattle, Democrat run. 3 stores in Portland, Democrat run. 3 stores in California, Democrat run. 1 store in New York City, Democrat run. I don't know. I must be blind. I gotta clean my glasses. I must be stupid to not see there's a pattern here. There's a pattern here. Cities that was run by nothing but Democrats, crime is up by a lot. That must be the most racist cities. Oh, wait, no. They want crime. They said we gotta let everybody out and do the horrible things they're doing right now. Go figure.
Portland, Seattle, and New York City. Target gave only one reason: retail theft.
Whole Foods is closing its largest store in San Francisco over safety concerns. Store managers tell us they're temporarily closing the mid-market location to ensure the safety of their team members. The store opened up just 1 year ago.
So now, not only crime was going out of control, homelessness was going out of control, the city was just going all to hell. Then the mayor decided, you know what? Let's reverse course. Let's start holding people accountable. Let's start hiring more police officers, and let's refund the police department. I'm trying to save my job.
And it's time that the reign of criminals who are destroying our city, it is time for it to come to an end.
Maybe if you didn't take the money and go against the whole thing in the first place, I don't know, the criminals would never did that. That's why California voted you out. And also voted that anybody do any crime that's multiple crimes now go to jail. You're sure to go to jail.
And it comes to an end when we take the steps to be more aggressive with law enforcement, more aggressive with the changes in our policies, and less tolerant of all the that has destroyed our city.
For starters, car crime actually way down. From September to the end of November, the city logged nearly 3,400 reports of car break-ins. That's a 50% drop from the same time period last year. The number started dropping when the city actually started pouring smart resources into the problem. They used a combination of bait cars, plainclothes police officers, video surveillance, and the people the cops are arresting are actually being kept in jail.
Go figure. Who thought that would work? That's something very simple.
Most importantly, I think we're arresting the right people, because here's what we found with car break-ins. There are people out there that are prolific. They do this for a living. They have victimized many, many people. And when those people are taken into custody and detained, kept in jail, we see decreases.
In fact, since the city launched its crackdown on these break-ins in August, almost all major crime is down. Total crime down 30%, homicides down 30%, larceny theft down more than 40%, burglary 10%. There seems to be a clear cause and effect here. Back in July of 2020, Mayor London Breed helped reallocate $120 million away from law enforcement and instead, quote, prioritizing investments in the African-American community around housing, mental health and wellness, workforce development, economic justice, education, advocacy, and accountability.
But unfortunately for the San Francisco mayor, the damage had already been done. People of San Francisco were tired of the progressive left and these ultra woke policies and decided we're going to go a new direction, and they voted in a new mayor.
Let's begin with breaking news in San Francisco, where Daniel Lurie, the nonprofit founder and heir to the Levi Strauss fortune, will become the city's next mayor. Incumbent Mayor London Breed conceded this afternoon, just minutes after the latest round of election returns, signaling that her 6-year term in office will soon be coming to an end. So the latest batch of returns this afternoon cemented Lurie's lead even further. There's still 143,000 ballots left to count, but so far, he's winning 28% of votes in the first round of voting.
And like I said before, get a good look at this. D, 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 D. Ain't no Republicans in this. So you can't blame the Republicans on none of this nonsense. It's D's. All Democrat.
Breed has 25%. And then when you factor in ranked choice voting and eliminate the other candidates, Lurie's advantage only grows. And so when all is said and done, he is winning 56% of the final tally, up nearly 13 points from Breed.
So you know what's crazy? This is progressive California, who's kicking out their DAs and firing their mayors and going a different direction, a little bit more conservative, would you say? Crime matters, economy matters. These are the things that affect everyday people's lives. But my question to you, is this just a fad or is this a trend? Do you think now people have come to their senses, especially even in these more progressive cities, and said, well, hold on, there's a limit to how far we can go with this?
I hope so.
Crime isn't racist. It's something that has to be dealt with in a civilized society. And how do you feel about the mayor saying that, hey, I'm a black woman first? What if a white guy went up there and said that? Hey, I'm a white man first. And would that rub people the wrong way? And that's...
Yes, it would. And again, London Breed, gone. The mayor of Oakland, Chantel, she's gone. And she's going to jail. Because she did some shady stuff. And the DE for Oakland, that black woman, gone as well. Get them all out. Let's see what happens. But again, California, y'all pass some crappy laws, but you pass some common sense laws for sure. So I myself can't blame you on that. At all. Okay? Y'all fought that, which is good. So with that said, I do want to do I hope that y'all could do something to... Nate is on a roll, so I'm going to keep it going. Nate, let's keep it going. Let's go to another blue hellhole. Chicago. And let's see how he lied in there. And again, as people say in the chat, clear for my strong black women, my 7%, my sisters in front of me. Yes. Yes.
5 investigates, which for months has followed the money trail tied to Chicago's migrant mission.
NBC, not Fox. Again, showing you the difference. I don't have to use Fox to show the Republican side. It's simple sense showing you stuff. Okay? And it looked like NBC is gonna get rid of he's gonna be getting rid of MSNBC. It needs to. That place was a hellhole. Get rid of Joy Reid and all them crappy people. Good grief. But anyway, keep on going.
Total spending now tops more than $400 million.
Now, despite the creation of a city spending website, it's still not exactly clear where all of that money has gone.
A few moments later.
I won't raise your property taxes.
Then candidate for mayor, Brandon Johnson.
A few moments later.
Mayor Brandon Johnson was more than 40 minutes into his speech before he broke the bad news to homeowners across the city.
This budget currently includes a property tax increase of $300 million to fund and keep our commitment to fund not just our pension contributions, but to fund the future of our city.
A few moments later.
Good afternoon.
I want to know, how does it feel that Trump is in office right now? You see that?
See that old man getting up there, boy.
To address you. DOJ need to address you, and hopefully Donald Trump will address you. Because you're going to protect the undocumented, while you're going to allow for the citizens in Chicago to suffer under your, what, 33%?
For a purpose and not for you to go touching it with $300 million that you want to siphon out of the citizens' pockets. Get rid of the illegals, and that'll take your money right back.
A few moments later.
The first breaking news at City Hall. Mayor Brandon Johnson's property tax hike is rejected by City Council.
It was an increase the mayor called to...
Again, I gotta give shout outs to the people in blue cities who are standing up to this crap. You still vote for these morons, but hey. Again, round of applause in this.
Balance the budget. Sabrina Franza joins us live. Sabrina, a lot has happened in the last hour.
Jim Marie, it is unanimous. Every single alderperson voted down the mayor's $300 million property tax proposal. They say they have plenty of ideas. Now Mayor Brandon Johnson is going to be forced to listen to them.
Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson spent $400 million on migrants and now wants to raise taxes to pay for his generosity. Let's talk about it.
And it's a good video that talks about all the stuff in there of all the, like, again, he lied, said he's not going to do that. So the people got in there and say, no, we're not going to do that. You just heard all that, which is basically a summary of everything. All right. This is the part I want to show you. So they had to go back. I want to show you this because I want to go to something else and call it a night after this. I want to play a couple stuff and get this over with. And again, strong black women.
It is unanimous. Every single alderperson voted down the mayor's $300 million property tax proposal. They say they have plenty of ideas. Now Mayor Brandon Johnson is going to be forced to listen to them.
So you would think it would be over, but not really, because the mayor came back with a new proposal and said, okay, let's just raise property taxes $150 million.
Mayor Brandon Johnson announcing a budget breakthrough, saying he is humbled and grateful for the ideas that made it possible.
We have reduced the property tax levy by $150 million. And
how about no prox? Like, how about you fail your campaign and do what exactly? Don't raise the property taxes, you piece of crap.
We hope this productive collaboration pushes us to find more progressive revenue sources and more efficiencies that will balance our budget.
There appears to be an agreement to tax cloud storage services. That would raise $128 million, and to hike fees on streaming services to raise.
Holy Jesus. What is that?
What the is that? So let me get this straight, and this is one of the reasons I have a personal cloud. You're going to tax cloud services $128 million. You're going to, so there you go. They always find a way to try to tax it. So you want to watch your Netflix, your Hulu, your Amazon Prime, your Paramount, all that bull crap. And what do you get out of it? They want to tax you $9 to $10 million on a service for you. And people want to know why the stuff goes up. That is why stuff goes up. This nonsense here. Mike is messing it up. That nonsense there is why things go up. Prices, that's inflation, that's what it is. They tax the crap out of stupid stuff like this. That's the crazy part. Whew. But I want to get 7%. My 7% strong sisters. I'm gonna let this young lady say what she gotta say.
People have been trying and trying and trying and getting nowhere with the black folks. You want an example? President Trump, 2020. No, let's go back to 2016. 2016, President Trump made an appeal to the black folks and said, hey, what the hell do you have to lose? Your cities are crap. Your schools are crap. I'm here to try and make it better. Give me a chance. That was his appeal to black people. They gave him, black folks, gave him their behinds to kiss, myself included. I did not vote for President Trump in 2016. Still, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, he was doing nothing but making life better for not just white Americans, but for black Americans. Then Ice Cube, y'all remember Ice Cube came out and Ice Cube said, oh, I want to talk to, this was in 2020. So here we are coming up on the 2020 election. I want to talk to the President Trump's administration, and I want to talk to the Biden administration to figure out how you're going to help the black community. Mind you, he had already done so much to help the black community. Like he used to say, I've done more for black people than any other president since Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves. That's the truth, okay? But still, he was willing to talk to Ice Cube about what he was going to do. And that's when he came up with the Platinum Plan. So let's talk about the Platinum Plan, because this is very, very important, you guys. This is very important as President Trump to opportunity, security, prosperity, and fairness. He said 3 million new jobs for the black community, creating 500 new black-owned businesses, increase access to capital in the black communities by almost $500 billion, safe urban neighborhoods with highest policing standards. So he said,
oh, wow.
Highest policing standards. He made sure he said that. Commit to working on a Second Step Act, because you remember the prison reform was the First Step Act. He said access to better education and jobs training. Give black churches, this is for all y'all Christian black folks. He was going to give black churches the ability to compete for federal resources for their community.
Just like he did with the black schools, and which he made it that they don't have to keep on coming up to the president to grovel, because Barack Obama could have done that. Didn't do that. Biden could have done that. He didn't do that. But Trump did that. Funny how that works.
He was going to bring better and tailored health care to address historic disparities. He had immigration policies that protect American jobs, so black jobs, advance home ownership.
Come on, girl, you can't say that. You know, what are these black jobs, as some of these certain people used to say?
Communities, and enhance financial literacy in the black community. And finally, onshore manufacturing to advance jobs and develop opportunities for black-owned businesses. You guys can go. From me and President Trump, then you ain't black. That's all you got from Biden was name-calling. Sorry, you're not black if you don't want to vote for me. So President Trump gave that to you guys, and y'all still overwhelmingly rejected him. Come 2024, there wasn't a single black person of power, hear my voice, that came out to support this man. Now, when I say famous, I mean like the big names, right? Big names. There were several white big names that gave up everything, their reputation and everything they put on the line to support President Trump. There wasn't a single black person that was courageous enough to put it all on the line. People who have worked with him, Will Smith, who he was on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air show. No one came out in the black community and supported this man. When Kanye West tried to support him, the black community reamed him so hard, reamed Kanye West. So you guys put out how you felt about President Trump. Even though he tried to help you over and over and over again, constantly rejected. And then in election actually happens, this is 2024 election now. You guys vote 88% for a moron. 88%. That ain't even black. You support her. She hasn't done a single thing for you. Y'all talked about how she locked up, mind you, she's the feds, okay? She is the DA of California. She locked up all of these black people for weed while she went on the Breakfast Club and laughed about smoking weed.
Yep.
She locked up parents for truancy. She hasn't done a single thing to help any of the black community, hasn't done anything to help the illegal immigration, hasn't done anything. And you guys voted for her at 88%.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have this fool, Jamal Bryant, says that he is going to gather 1,000 black men to petition the federal government on...
Our men make some noise. All of our men make some noise. On January 4th, I am summoning 1,000 men from around the
Summoning 1,000 men. Oh my God, Jamal Bryant, you're such a clown.
country. 1,000 men are going to come to Atlanta. The NAACP has already signed off on it. The Urban League has already signed off on it. But I want 1,000 men to come to Atlanta. Those of you who are watching online, for black men to come up with a 4-year legislative agenda for what it is that we want to see happen, and to really put our focus as men on the line. Power concedes nothing without a demand. And as a consequence, we can't.
Who's going to tell him? Who's going to tell him negotiations don't work like that?
Nope.
Negotiations work like this, Mr. Jamal Bryant. You say, hey, I'm going to give you something if you do this. And then they say, okay, I'll do this if you do this. Black community has rejected President Trump and the idea of him helping y'all. So I don't know what these 1,000 black men are going to demand.
Nothing.
But it's over. You better sit back, relax, enjoy the cheap gas, enjoy the prices going down, and enjoy the job and labor market getting better. But other than that, President Trump should be done with black folks. I'll say it, President Trump, so you don't have to. Done with black folks. You can't do nothing for them. You can't help them, okay? They constantly hate themselves. They constantly vote against their own self-interest. And then they want to blame it on white folks. So I am so glad that this whole administration, I am hopeful that they just move on from black folks. Y'all better enjoy whatever good that you get from a Trump presidency. But right now, I am focused on the people who have sent me, and I'm sorry, that is anybody who identifies as American, not black. Sorry.
Not sorry.
And that's just how it has to be. You guys, send that to anybody who has a question about it. I hear people, oh, President Trump, he hasn't elected any black people. What black person stood by his side? Which one?
Oh, yeah, there have been some. There have been some.
Which one? Byron Donalds? Byron Donalds is gonna get he gonna get his, I'm sure. He gonna get his. But who? What celebrity? Who came out? Nobody helped him. So I'm sorry. It is what it is.
I got you on that, my dear. All right. My last but not least, that's what I wanted to give time for this one. So, if you watched me, I did a video about the last episode. I did the Kamala Harris roast. So now we gotta roast Donald Trump. We gotta have the jokes and stuff. We gotta have a little ha funny. I don't want to be all angry and everything. Right now we are at 52,280 people in the building over all platforms. Thank y'all for giving me your time. I know sometimes it is crazy. I am stunned that it's daytime in Japan, it's early morning in Europe, and y'all literally still watch this show. So thank y'all for that. Again, go whatever platform you hear this on, subscribe, follow, do what it is. Again, if you can help, if you want to watch past shows, go to YouTube, subscribe, comment, thumbs up, thumbs down. I don't care. Just show engagement. Same thing if you want to go to Rumble. Do the exact thing. We are locals with all that stuff. Twitch TV, the same thing. Thumbs up, thumbs down, and Tempo FM and many other places. Just, share the love. Share the love. Amazon Podcast, iHeartRadio. Play, get us going, all right? Spotify as well, too. But anyway, let's have some fun with this. I've seen this video, that's why I'm saying that. But I want to put the final button on this. But yeah, let's roast Donald Trump, shall we?
So Donald Trump just won the U.S. elections. And I already did a Kamala roast video, right? So in the name of fairness, we now find ourselves at the official Donald Trump roast, where we're going to roast him from that characteristic orange to a delicious golden brown. Let's go. Okay, so let's start the Trump roast by talking about a topic that both candidates have been very involved with. Immigration and the border. This is one of the things that Trump felt the strongest about during his presidency. And let's be honest, right? But Trump, useless bastard that he is, yeah, he did a better job. Trump was proactive.
And also, the person's voice you're hearing, he's also of South Asian descent. In other words, he's from India, just like Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is mostly her heritage from. So it's not a white dude, it's an Indian dude doing this.
On this issue and wanted to address it 8 years ago before it became the huge problem it is today, and Kamala fully shit the bed on the border. Shit fucking everywhere. Mate, it's kind of hard to roast Trump on this when even Kamala has self-admitted that Trump's wall was a good idea.
Donald Trump, the wall, is a border wall stupid?
I am not afraid of good ideas where they occur.
So you don't think it's stupid anymore?
Right, so I can't really criticize Trump for this, can I? But listen, right, I just want to get this out of the way so we can move on to the next topic and have it be non-stop roasting from there on. Alright? You're dead, Donald. Next, let's talk about food. And the main issue with food, right, is that it isn't tasty. Like Gordon Ramsay should really have to... Oh, shit, no, my bad, right? It's that people can't afford food now because of inflation, which really ramped up during COVID, right? And the Biden-Harris administration haven't been able to bring it down. So again, kind of hard to criticize Trump here. Shit. But one thing I do want to mention, right, whilst we're on the topic of food, is Robert F. Kennedy Jr., with his aim being to address the issue of ultra-processed foods and all the random shit they put in food nowadays that cause diseases. And he is dedicated to putting a stop to this and making America healthy again. Which, whether Republican or Democrat, right, mate, you have to admit it's pretty awesome. And if you don't, right, it means something wrong with you. But Bobby is a lifelong Democrat. So unfortunately, right, we won't be getting him to help with the... Wait, he's a Republican now? All right, well played, Donald, you orange knobhead. Listen, the roasting's going to start right after this chapter, right? But respect where respect's due. Bad orange man deserves a big pat on the back for doing that, right? Because that's awesome. Because I do fucking love RFK Jr. But whatever, right? You're getting it now, Donald, you orange bitch. Next topic. So let's move on to taxes. Now listen, I don't think I'm qualified to speak on this, right? Because believe it or not, I haven't spent my entire life studying economics. I know, mate, shocking. I mean, I do find it weird that they're always talking about taxing the rich more when they're the ones who contribute the majority of tax revenues already. But whatever.
I was like that, typical lefty. Top 1% pays, again, top 1% pays for 45% of it. He's correct. And top 5% pays for 65%. And top 10 pays for 65%. And the top 25%, which I'm in, pays for 89% of the damn taxes. So that's why I want to know where my taxes go. And hey, as I just started at the beginning of the show, I showed Kamala's bad with money. So I don't want her around money. She's not good with money. So that's why I want that to be known. Okay?
I don't know shit on this topic, right? So I'm not going to talk about it. But one thing that I do want to mention, though, right, which I think is fucking amazing, was Kamala Harris and the Democratic Party's drive to get rid of corruption and wasteful spending with their Government Efficiency Task Force.
Yep.
Wait, that was Trump as well? Shit! Mate, rather than the government constantly asking you for more and more taxes to raise tax revenue for them to actually do something with...
As we just saw what I just talked about, we just used Brandon Johnson for that situation.
Trump says that he wants to make sure the government is actually spending your money wisely and not pissing it down the drain or stealing it. Not gonna lie, that's pretty awesome. Cause mate, the government has wasteful spending going on fucking everywhere. Like 11 billion being spent on a railway project that built 1,600 feet of concrete with no rails, 8 billion being spent on building a grand total of 8 EV charging stations, and recently $42 billion being wasted to connect literally 0 people to the internet. What? Mate, if wasting money... What the fuck? was an Olympic event, the US government would make Usain Bolt look like a failure. And Donald says that he wants to bring an end to this wasteful spending. Not gonna lie, right? That's hard to criticize.
Guys wandered black.
Exactly. Definitely, exactly.
Corruption too. Oh my God, man. So much of that as well. Listen, I remember seeing a video of House Representative Mike Waltz in one of those Senate type hearings, right? Showing a bag of bushings.
This, Mr. Secretary, is a bag of bushings.
Which you or I could go into a store and get for between $50 to $200, right? According to this guy in the YouTube comments, because I don't know what the bushings are. But whatever. Somewhere between $50 to $200, right? But have a guess, right? How much do you think the Air Force pays for this bag of bushings?
$90,000.
$90,000. That's fucking insane. Not gonna lie, right? I kind of expect some skimming off the top to be going on in the government. Like, I would understand if they skimmed like, I don't know, 9 grand, maybe up to 15 grand at a push, right? But the military industrial complex saw $90,000 and they skimmed $89,800 from the top.
Exactly.
Mate, that's 99.78% at a best case scenario.
And again, that's also Republicans who've done that bull crap too. That's why I say I'm a libertarian. I can't be a Republican because some of y'all don't got the balls to stand up for certain things. And you do the same crap with the industrial complex. That's why I was surprised that Kamala, which was a stupid move. See, let me see. So you went and got Tulsi Gabbard, RFK, Democrats to be a part of the Republican, but you went to get Dick Cheney, Liz Cheney, 2 war hawks, 2 Dick Cheney, that evil man. The man didn't have not had a heart from since 2015, whatever, and still alive by some reason. I swear that man is Darth Vader. He's evil incarnate.
And the U.S. taxpayer en masse has no fucking issue with this.
Oh, no. I got an issue with this. I definitely got an issue with this crap. That's why I said, I want less going. Let me keep more of my money and you can go F off.
What? Mate, that is mind control level impressive. Seriously, right? Imagine working hard for 5 years and having $90,000 in taxes taken from you and your family, right? And all it did was buy your government some shit worth $50. That would bring my piss to a boil. And the rest, of course, went into the pockets of some rich cunt who works for the military-industrial complex. But Trump says he wants to finally bring a stop to that shit and make sure your hard-earned money is actually being made use of. Again, hard to criticize. But enough compliments, right, you old bloated orange prick? Now that shit's all out the way, right? Let's get to dishing this prick, right, on the most important topic.
Okay.
Whoa!
Going after what Biden just did? Okay, let's see this one.
Listen, right, when it comes to war, Donald Trump's approach is fucking horrible. Donald Trump, the guy who we were all rightfully told for 8 years is a monster and mentally unstable and a whack job who can't be trusted with the nuclear codes, right? Just wants the killing to stop as fast as possible.
Do you want Ukraine to win this war?
I want the war to stop. Russia and Ukraine's got to stop. I want everybody to stop dying. Right now, we want to get that war settled.
Oh, for fuck's sake, man. Which is pretty uncharacteristic behavior from a supposed mentally unstable wannabe dictator.
I know, right?
Again, right? Trump wanting to end wars is another thing I can't criticize. Listen, mate, we all agree that war is horrible. Listen, if wars between countries were fought in the octagon with each leader fighting each other in a 5-round championship UFC fight, holy shit, mate, war would be the best thing ever. I'd be the biggest war hawk on earth. Right, but they're not. Unfortunately, right, wars are fought by the innocent people who live in each country, which is shit. And because of this, right, everyone should be an advocate of wanting to end wars as fast as fucking possible when diplomatic solutions are available. Because again, right, if these two have an issue, it's not these two who fight. It's these ones. And that's not fair. Do you know what I mean? And that's exactly what Trump says he wants.
Long-term peace. We have to get rid of nuclear weapons. One of the things I was going to do and I would have done is denuclearization. Weapons.
And I'm not that stupid. Donald, you were never going to stop that. Just like you could never stop racism. You're going to stop no country giving up their nuclear weapons. Are you crazy? That's why Iran is trying to... But I do happy that you're not going to give Iran any money if you're back in office. Iran could go F themselves and not take up more of our money. like Biden gave and Joe Biden gave them money, and also Barack Obama, which makes no flipping sense. Why are you giving our enemies billions, not millions, not hundreds of thousands, not millions, billions of dollars to make weapons to kill us?
What?
That makes no flipping sense.
Including nuclear. Doesn't really make sense that we're all doing this. They're so bad. They're too destructive. I think it's much better if we all got together and we didn't make these weapons. Would you like to respond to that?
I think that it is a very good idea.
So again, right, no criticisms and top fucking marks for him. I'm sorry, right, but everyone should respect the guy for it. And if you don't, right, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Exactly.
You can't get away from your I'm a Democrat, I'm a Republican-ness for long enough to give someone respect for not wanting mass death to happen. Jesus Christ, what the fuck is your problem, warmonger?
Exactly.
You've basically turned your political standing into a fucking cult. And you need to see a fucking therapist. Seriously, if you can't give Donald Trump props for wanting to end wars, you're worse than as bad as what you think Trump is. Listen, there's way more points that I want to make about this, right?
Yeah, I always wanted to say that. I always wanted to say this. So I gotta see stuff that he wanted to say. Then see stuff about the military industrial concert. That Dwight D. Housen farewell address. True. Talking about how Israel's Palestine military Bennett. Did we talk about the reason for Russia-Ukraine war is going to be because Biden and Boris Johnson wanted the war to continue and convinced it to rip off peace agreement. Yeah, that's true too.
Right, but the video is getting way long enough already, so that's enough. Okay, listen, so I was going to do a Trump roast, but I abandoned that idea pretty quickly, right? For 3 reasons. One, because in my opinion, the guy has some pretty bold and drastic ideas that I think make for a very interesting political experiment. And with some seriously impressive people behind him to potentially help him do it, right? And I want to see how that plays out. Secondly, because he's already won the presidency, and I think it's beneficial to spread words of hope and reasons to be optimistic rather than pessimistic once a decision has already been set in stone and can't be reversed. And most importantly, right, because the man has had 2 fucking assassination attempts on him already. So I don't think he deserves any more fuel being added onto the fire. And I'm sure people are going to say, oh, he's a Trump guy, knew he was a Trump supporter, over being a Kamala supporter. 100%. Listen, fuck your parties, right? Whoever had better policies and a better vision for America, that's who I supported. And this year, I was with these guys 1,000%. And mate, the Democrats' political strategy was so bad. Like first, right, it was to try and hide Joe's dementia for as long as they could and tell you that he's amazing. But after that collapsed and it was Kamala, right, all the Democrats did this presidential cycle was 3 things. 1, take quotes that Trump said and take them wildly out of context or exaggerate them and keep saying, oh my God, can you believe he said that? What an asshole. Despite how valid, exaggerated, or taken out of context his comments were. 2, just throw celebrities at you because that'll impress you, right? Even if it costs $10 fucking million. Treating you like actual idiots and showing no care for your day-to-day concerns. And 3, call you literal garbage if you even considered not voting for them, despite them offering no major policies that benefited you whatsoever. Unbelievably stupid. But despite this, right, almost half the population still voted for her. What? Mate, that's fucking madness. And I'd hear stupid comments like, Kamala didn't win because people didn't want a woman as president. Mate, it has nothing to do with her being a woman, right? And it had everything to do with her just being a candidate. Like, can you not accept that? And then other comments like, oh, but Trump is a convicted felon. Yeah, convicted by the same justice system that saw Hillary Clinton's emails and Hunter Biden's shady millions earned.
Exactly.
And I had no issue with them. Yeah, mate, very legit. But
and that's why I said too, if you want to go there and put that in there, and again, the felonies was basically misdemeanors anyway. And it's funny, he got charged for some. He got charged with the felonies because a lot of people don't even know what the felonies are for. But he got charged with felonies from somebody else paying the felonies. How the hell did that work? That right there is it's crazy. Avenatti's the one who made the payments, not Trump. But whatever. But again, if you want to put Trump in jail, put him in jail. I want to put Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, all those people in jail as well. That's my point. I don't care. He's not no savior. Trump is not no king, savior, Jesus. No. No human is, and he's not one. So if you tell me, hey, take Garrett Trump, I said, I'll gladly give Trump if you could put Nancy Pelosi, Barack Obama, Biden, Chuck Schumer, which on the Democrat side, Mitch McConnell, Mitt Romney, of course, the Cheneys, put them, Bush with his stupidity what he did. If you put them in jail as well too, versus on the Republican side, you make me a happy camper.
Trump cast doubt on the American voting process. Yeah, because there's no reason to have any doubts with the American voting system, is there?
I would just like to know what you can say to reassure us that this election will not be rigged or stolen.
So I want to be honest. It's not as if it's just Republicans who have monkeyed around with elections in the past. Sometimes
Funny. And sometimes Democrats.
Democrats have to.
Yeah, and that's what I just showed you with that lady doing in Pennsylvania. It's like takes his receipts are pretty damn good.
And not to mention the 15 million voters who mysteriously chose not to vote this election.
It helps in Ohio that we got Democrats in charge of the machines.
Like, come on now, you can't be selective with the information you choose to take in or not because you're loyal to your party. No one should be loyal to a party. Be loyal to your country, man. Trump was the better candidate by a fucking mile, despite the mainstream media confidently telling you otherwise non-stop. Listen, I would ask people to stop regurgitating what you've heard on mainstream shit like CNN and MSNBC and think for yourself, man. Your taxes not being wasted or stolen by corruption, healthier kids and healthier population, no more sending troops to fight needless wars overseas. Like, does that sound like something an evil wannabe dictator who wants to tear up the Constitution would suggest to do? Of course not. Like, Jesus Christ, man, how polarized has mainstream media made some people? If those are ideas for which you can put your media-created hatred aside for 2 seconds and actually give the man some props for even suggesting them, then shit, man, I don't know what to tell you. Go pack your bags and live in Iran, I guess. You'd fit right in over
Basically.
there. Oh, well, Trump will never get them done. Mate, at least he's fucking suggesting them. That's more than what can be said for this empty cackling witch. She wasn't saying anything like that. So he's already better than her, isn't he? The fact that every single American citizen isn't excited as fuck for these plans to even have a possibility of becoming realized is insane to me. Whether you have the care or the humility to admit it or not, right? The man has some undeniably good ideas for the country that only a real, true patriot of a president would do, right? And for that, I wish him all the best and then some. So God bless you, President Trump, you handsome bastard. May you make the next 4 years be the best 4 years that America has ever seen, and may you usher in a new era of hope, optimism, and oneness. And hopefully the mainstream media actually lets you do that.
Exactly. I know, right? Exactly. And like I said, that is so true in that situation. And for me, I'll say it again. I did a video about this with Biden, and I was correct. Let's see if I'm hoping I'll be correct by my synopsis on Trump as well too. I'll do a video on Trump as well because I did it for Biden, and see, get your bingo cards out there and see if I was correct. All right? Because I'm gonna do honestly. Do I think they're gonna be Trump's gonna have to fight a couple wars as he just said? Yeah, he will, because he's taking on wars. He's gonna have to send troops to fight some stuff, and it's sad that I have to do that, but he'll just have to do that. Would he get everything that he said on the campaign to be done? No, because not only do you have what do you call it? He gotta go, even though he got the house and everything and all the stuff like that, he also has, Republicans in name only, rhinos, who want to keep it status quo, because again, a lot of the Democrats and the Republicans are buddies. They're friends and friends. They're frenemies for all y'all to see. They go to the same clubhouse. They eat this. They go to the same dining room. Can you believe the people? Oh, apologize. Can you believe the people, Mitt Romney? These people think that we're gonna stop you wasting their money. I know that, right, Nancy Pelosi? Hey, Nancy, what stocks you got so I can get some money out of it? Yeah, Trump's gonna have a hard time because the rhinos is gonna make it tough. He has 2 years to get this straight and fix some stuff. Is he gonna get some of the stuff straightened out? Yeah. If I have to be honest, more of the immigration thing is gonna happen more. That'll be. The war stuff, maybe. Stop spending, I doubt it. But I'll say this again. I will give him credit. If Elon Musk and Vivek could show how much money that the daggone government is wasting, when at least I got actual money, how much they're spending and what they're wasting the money on. Like you just saw, they spend $8 billion on a train that don't mean nothing in California. 60 miles of train, or $8 billion Biden for only 8 chargers. 8 flipping chargers is what they did. Are you crazy? And again, $40 billion for internet that nobody uses. Shocking. I also do hope, Trump, please get rid of the Affordable Health Care Act. It's trash. Start over again. Because again, I went to the hospital. I have insurance, thank God. But when the Affordable Health Care Act, I had a Blue Cross Blue Shield. I had great insurance. $90, $500 deductible. Well, when that passed, that got out. Barack Obama said, hey, you would keep your doctor. I didn't keep my doctor. And also, it went from 90 to 120 to about 200 to 300 to $500. I was like, what? And then when Nancy Pelosi said, oh, we got to pass this bill to see what's in this bill. Well, in the 71 pages of this bill, it did say that, hey, government will guarantee money for all stuff for government, all procedures to the hospitals. Where have I saw that before? Oh wait, that's colleges. That's why we got people getting degrees in Basque-Weave and then all the other stupid degrees that makes no apparent sense. And then they're surprised, oh, I'm $100,000 in debt. And you thought that would give you a career that only paid $30,000 a year? Wow, you're stupid. Now that he had a chance, he will do continue the tax for a couple more years, tax cuts, and deregulate. Look what I just said. We just showed you right there. They want to raise your property tax, even though they lied to you, but they want to charge you fees on top of you using Netflix and all the other stuff. Wow, they'll find ways to F you over. So yes, there's some things he's gonna do, and there's some things he can't do. All right. And we just gotta see what happens because George, again, Biden is he's gonna F things up before January 4th. So we're gonna see how that goes on. But with that said, hope you all have a good night. Thank y'all for watching the show. We got about 57,000 people. Thank y'all. Share the show. Remember, go to YouTube, like, subscribe, do everything you can there. Share the content. And again, I have no problem talking to people. I would like to do a one-on-one with people that have conversations about this stuff because I'm not afraid of talking and seeing rational people. So remember, take care of yourself, take care of your family, take care of your neighbors. That's how you build a good community. Remember, evil comes in all shapes, size, color, creed, height, nationality, religion, sex. Middle difference. Evil is evil. I'm with good. I don't care those in the same way as well too. And last but not least, remember, people are stupid, individuals are smart. Be that smart individual. Catch you next time. Not Thursday because it's gonna be Thanksgiving. Hope you have a good Thanksgiving with everybody else. We'll catch you at a time. And don't forget to check out Straight No Chases. That's only that show is only on YouTube. So you go check it out. I might see if we'll put it on Spotify, but check it out there. With that said, again, remember, take care of yourself, take care of your family, relax, enjoy, have a good Thanksgiving next year. Eat the turkeys and chill, all right? And yeah, for the people who can't put politics aside and still can't look at their family because of politics, y'all stupid. I'm sorry. It's just politics. Move the hell on. All right, that's it. Peace out. Have a good night.